All right, we're live tonight. Good evening. Buenas noches. Feliz Pascua. I know it's storming here, and el clima no está bien. Maybe your lights are flickering, so if we lose each other, we'll catch up some other time. Si no tiene luz, si voy a perder luz, vamos a platicar otro día. I have my corn cob pipe today. I know last time I had a Lord of the Rings pipe. La última vez tuve una pipa de el Señor de los Anillos. Had my Hobbit pipe, una pipa de hobbits. Boy, you know what would go really good with this? I need to ask my butler for a drink. Voy a pedir mi mayordomo por una bebida. My man, Jeeves. You remember he hates it when I talk with that accent. No hablo con un acento bonito. You should see his face. Debes mirar su cara. I know. My man, Jeeves. You know what I'd like to have, you know. Oh. Yeah, he not that. No. He's not going to bring me a Corona this time. I'm sick of that. Waka, waka, waka. Estoy enfermo. No estoy enfermo. Estoy cansado de Corona. So we talked beforehand what he was going to bring me. So he knows what to bring me. Él sabe. Tonight's golden star question. La pregunta de estrella de oro. Tonight's question is, how long is the Easter season? ¿Cuántos días duran este tiempo de Pascua? So it can have a couple of answers, I think, traditionally, and so try and give a complete answer if possible. What you think, how many days is the Easter season? Puede responder de varias maneras, pero trata de dar una respuesta completa, ¿ok? Everyone doing good on toilet paper? ¿Tienen papel para el baño? You know, I'm pretty old. I look much younger than I really am. No soy anciano, pero soy grande. Y les parezco más joven. But I want to tell you a story of a neighbor that we had. It was an older couple when I was growing up. Unos vecinos, cuando yo estaba creciendo, mi familia tuvimos unos vecinos. And they had running water, as far as I can recall, but they did not have a bathroom inside their house. Tuvieron agua que está corriendo en la casa, tuvieron agua, pero no tuvieron un baño dentro de la casa. Tenían un baño afuera de la casa. And some of you are probably thinking, you know where I'm going with this, right? Algunos que ya saben dónde estoy yendo. But, thank you, Jeeves. Thank you. Okay. Oh, man, this is good. This is good. Yeah. Cheers. Cheers. I've got some fine china. This is se llama China. No sé cómo se llama en inglés. I mean, español. But I want to show you this. I have an extra cup here just to show you that this is really China. Let me show you real quick. If you can read that. See, that says, I don't know, is that backwards for you all? It's backwards for me. Hello, Mark. Hello, Musical Royal Videos. I think that's Hannah. Very good. Very good. And the Normans are here. Maryland. Okay. So, so the China is, it says China right there, but it's not made in China. No está hecho en China. It's Japanese. Japanese. Okay, so where was I? Yes. So what's inside the fine china is nothing from China either. Nothing to do with Corona. It's actually something American. America. It's something, este es una bebida de los Estados Unidos. This is a beverage that is from Lynchburg, Tennessee. Esta es una bebida de Lynchburg, Tennessee. I'll give you a hint. Voy a dar una pista. If you don't know what's in Lynchburg, you don't know Jack. Si no sabes lo que está en Lynchburg, no conoces Jack. That is good. So my story, yes, the story. The neighbor. Of course, we're living in America. They had toilet paper. They weren't using corn cobs. No estaban usando elotes en su baño. Tenían papel. But even as a child growing up, I was surprised. It was really interesting that they lived such simple lives. Mis vecinos vivían unas vidas tan sencillas, así. Okay. Yes, so we have, let me look through the answers here. We have Mark, who said Pentecost. Okay, so I assume you're meaning that it goes up to Pentecost, right? And Russell says 40 days. That's very good. Marilyn Joyner says, since most things are 40 days, I'll say 40 days. Very good, very good. So, yeah, I think you all are very good. Están contestando muy bien. It's technically, yes, it's 40 days up till the ascension of our Lord. 40 días hasta la ascensión del Señor. So here we are in what's called Paschal tide. It's the time of Easter, Easter time. It's the tiempo de Pascua, and we have the ascension of our Lord 40 days after the resurrection. Tenemos la ascensión del Señor al cielo después de 40 días. And then, how many days between ascension and Pentecost? ¿Cuántos días entre la ascensión del Señor y Pentecostés? Well, it's 10 days, right? 10 days. And then we celebrate Pentecost. Celebramos Pentecostés. And traditionally, there's an octave of Pentecost. We celebrate Pentecost for 8 days. So total, the Easter season would be like 50 days. Traditionally, there's a time called Ascension Tide. So we have Paschal Tide and Ascension Tide. Tenemos el tiempo de Pascua y tenemos tiempo de la Ascensión. But yeah, in total, it is 50 days, so up to Pentecost. And Mark, congratulations. I think I'm going to give you the gold star. All right. Now, this is always tricky, and I try to be very careful with this. Okay. So, Mark, you're going to have to grab onto it really tight and hold on to it. Debes agarrar la estrella bien firme. Okay. So, you got it, Mark? ¿Tienes la estrella, Mark? Okay. Because I'm going to let go. I'm going to let go here. Okay. You got it? You got it? Hold on. Where'd you go, Mark? How did that happen? Oh, yeah. It's called the Biretta. I don't know if you remember last time, in our last chat, la última vez yo tenía mi Saturno. I had the Saturno. It looked like the planet Saturn. And this is a Biretta. Se llama Biretta. The Saturno has nothing to do with the liturgy. El Saturno no tiene nada que hacer con la liturgia. The Biretta, if you remember, because I talk about this every May when we have graduations, hablo de esta gorra. La última vez tuve un sombrero. Esta es una gorra. Gracias por ustedes que me corrigieron. This is a gorra. So, cada mayo, cuando tenemos los graduados, hablo de esta gorra. So, the first universities that were created were Catholic. And who were the students? Los sacerdotes, the priests. Las primeras universidades comenzaron en la Iglesia Católica. Los primeros alumnos eran sacerdotes. So this is a priest's hat, and it's an academic hat. Esta es una gorra académica, de academia, y es, so if you look at, if you can, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can show you. You see how it's a square? Es cuadrado, right? And it's kind of developed over the years for graduates. Desarrolló la gorra a 3 de los años. Ahorita los graduados tienen algo cuadrado, pero es plano. So the graduates have a hat, but it's not thick like this. It's just flat, but it's square. And this has a little pom-pom on the top. And the graduates now have developed into a kind of a long tassel that falls off. Los graduados tienen algo más larga aquí arriba. And we have, man, the lighting in here is pretty bad. This is not a professional cast here, broadcast. No soy profesional. But it has 3 horns. And of course, that signifies the Blessed Trinity, la Santísima Trinidad. Okay, now, so that's the Biretta. And, you know, all the graduates, los graduados, all the graduates, whether they're Catholic or not, wear that hat that comes from the Catholic Church. Todos los graduados, no importa si son católicos o no, tienen esta gorra que viene de la Iglesia Católica. So we can be proud of that, proud of our history. Podemos ser orgullosos para esta historia que tenemos. Okay, now let's talk about something a little more serious. Vamos a hablar de algo más serio. Estamos en el tiempo de Pascua, right? So we're in the time of Easter. And that is a season where Jesus has risen from the dead. Jesús resucitó. And we are promised to have our bodies and our souls reunited on the last day. Tenemos la promesa de unirnos con el alma y el cuerpo en el último día. That all the dead will rise from their graves and be reunited, their souls and their bodies. Todos los muertos van a resucitar y van a estar unidos, sus almas y cuerpos, right? So we are not angels, that they are purely intellectual, spiritual beings. Los ángeles no tienen cuerpos, son espirituales. But we belong, our soul and our body together. Nosotros debemos tener nuestros cuerpos y almas juntos, right? So, Jesus, we can understand from Jesus what our bodies will be like in glory. Sabemos, gracias a Jesús, cómo vamos a ser con cuerpos gloriosos. So there are 4 properties. Hay 4 propiedades of a glorified, risen body. 4 propiedades de un cuerpo resucitado en la gloria de Dios. So the first one is impassibility. La primera es impasibilidad. Impasibilidad, right? So what does that mean? It means that our bodies will not suffer corruption, so we won't die, we won't decay. Significa que no vamos a sufrir corrupción del cuerpo, el cuerpo no va a morir. No, we're not going to feel pain, no vamos a sentir dolor, and we're not going to be subject to our carnal passions. No vamos a caer en las pasiones carnales. So the second property of a glorified body, la segunda propiedad, is called subtlety, sutileza, right? Sutileza. And that means that our bodies will not be subject, they're not going to be impeded in any way. Nuestros cuerpos no van a tener límites. So the classic example for subtlety, sutileza, is Jesus walking into a room and appearing to the apostles, even though the door is locked. El ejemplo más común es Jesús entrando en el salón donde están los discípulos, mientras que la puerta está cerrada con llave. Jesús aparece. So Jesus appears. So he's not impeded. There's no barrier that he can't cross. So that's called subtlety. Se llama sutileza. So the third is called agility. Agilidad. And that is when, so for example, agility is when our bodies will be perfectly obedient to our souls. Nuestros cuerpos van a ser obedientes a nuestros almas. And that means we can do anything you can think of. Podemos hacer cualquier cosa. Cualquier cosa. So regularly, my soul, my mind, my soul is going to direct my body. So right now I'm wanting to take a drink. Mi alma va a dirigir mi cuerpo. Ahorita quiero beber algo. Oh, I forgot I have to put my pinky up. Debo tomar así. So agility, agilidad, means that in my glorified body, I'm going to be able to dunk a basketball. You all know, I think most of you know, that I'm pretty short. That's why I have a hobbit pipe. Soy chaparrito. Pero con un cuerpo glorioso puedo jugar basketball y alcanzar ¿cómo se llama? Bueno, me entienden, sí. So the fourth one, el cuarto, is called clarity, claridad. And clarity doesn't mean that we're going to be transparent. No significa transparencia. Clarity signifies a brightness. Es como vamos a brillar. And that's kind of where we have a lot of the images of the saints with halos. Los ángeles tienen como luz alrededor de, no sé cómo se llaman en español. Tienen luz alrededor de la cabeza. So, something interesting also about this is that we're going to shine. And it is like Jesus in the transfiguration, where he's on the mountain and Moses and Elijah is there, and he's shining as bright as the sun. Es como la transfiguración de Jesús cuando está en el monte con Elías y Moisés está brillando como el sol. Interestingly, the saints, especially the martyrs, los mártires, the martyrs, they're going to have their wounds visible to all of us. Todos los mártires van a tener las marcas de su muerte visible. Es algo que va a brillar. So, for example, like John the Baptist had his head cut off. Juan el Bautista, cortaron la cabeza. So, in glory, his body, that is going to be visible and it's going to shine. It's going to be something that's a mark of glory. Será una marca de gloria. Interestingly, it's great that we have, in our Catholic faith, we have great senses of humor. Hay mucho humor cómico en la vida de la iglesia. So St. Augustine, he talks about a man who suffered a lot in his life from flatulence, from gas. San Agustín habla de un hombre que sufría mucho del gas, right? So he says, St. Augustine says that this man in glory, his gas problem will make a beautiful sound unto the Lord. San Agustín dijo que este hombre que tenía el problema de gas va a hacer un sonido glorioso a Dios. Right? I think my pipe went out. Necesito prender otra vez mi pipa. Okay, now I'm going to throw out another challenge. It's going to be the throwing star challenge. Got a question. Esta es una estrella. Y tengo una pregunta. What does the word Eucharist mean? ¿Qué significa la palabra Eucaristía? Right? So meanwhile, while you're typing that in, hey, Martin, all right. Got a smiley face. I made a mistake last time, and I want to thank Mark Lockwood for correcting me. Hice un error. I said this is from China, but this is not from China. And, you know, for most of my life, I heard it called a ninja throwing star. Escuché que es una estrella de ninja. But that's not true either. And I really should know this because, you know, I studied karate, which is from Japan for many years. Estudié muchos años karate. So this is actually a throwing star from Japan that the samurai would use. Los samurais de Japón utilizaban este. Of course, theirs weren't made out of paper. They were sharp and they were made out of metal for them to throw and use in battle. No estaba hecho de papel, de metal, y bien fino para la batalla. All right. So, do we have any answers? What does the word Eucharist mean? ¿Qué significa la palabra Eucaristía? Right? Okay, now, we had some people that had commented, and they didn't necessarily request for my special guest to come back on. No han pedido por mi huésped para estar con nosotros otra vez, but he's here. You know, he stays with me. Mi huésped siempre está aquí, and so I'm going to present him again. Okay, so we're going to show him, And let me try and set this up here. So I don't know if you remember him. Okay. Hi-oh! Kermit the Sock here. How's everyone doing? ¿Cómo están ustedes? So Kermit, yeah. Notice you don't have your mask on. No, Father Eddie, I trust you. Oh, good. Kermit me confía. Estamos viviendo juntos. We live together. Yeah, that's what he's saying. So Kermit the Sock, one question that someone had was that they had a question about your twin brother. They really wanted to see your twin brother. Oh, and so where is he? Hay personas que quieren ver a tu gemelo, pero ¿dónde está él? Okay. Well, you see, my brother, he got lost. Oh, your brother got lost. Yeah. El hermano de él está perdido. So what was happening? Well, we were taking a spin, and he just got lost. But it happens pretty often. And the last time he was found in a shirt, so I'm pretty sure we'll find him again. So el hermano de él estaban juntos, pero él se perdió. Pero pasa mucho, y la última vez él apareció en una camisa, right? So we're gonna find him soon. Which, by the way, does anyone know? Here's a bonus question. Do you guys know what's the saint for finding lost things? ¿Cuál santo ayuda a buscar o encontrar cosas perdidas? Does anyone know? Maybe we can try to find Kermit's brother, right? Okay. Christopher, Hannah, no, it's not Christopher. Does anyone know? Let's take a look here. Let me get closer here. Kermit, you're soft. Must be the dryer sheets I use. Bingo, Marilyn Joyner. Yes, it's St. Anthony. Yo, San Antonio. Very good, Marilyn. Okay, now, so we're going to talk. Hopefully, we'll find your brother. Yeah, I hope so. Okay, it was great seeing you, Kermit. Good seeing you too. Ciao. All right, so we have Kermit here with us, and Marilyn had answered it correctly. It was St. Anthony, and we're still looking. Oh, hold on, let me back up here. Whoa, I got to catch up with these live chats here. And the winner is Robert Norman, who says Thanksgiving. Correct. Yes, so you are the winner of the Japanese throwing star. Robert ganó la estrella. All right. Now, you know how we can be found. How can we be found? Because sometimes we get lost. A veces estamos perdidos. And the way to be found is through Jesus. Jesus, when we're lost, he is the good shepherd. He'll go out and he will find us. Jesús es nuestro buen pastor. Va a buscarnos cuando estamos perdidos para traernos, llevarnos otra vez con el rebaño. So he always wants us to bring us back to the sheepfold. Interestingly, I talked a little bit about my brother last time, and my brother, he loves to hear confessions. Mi hermano le encanta escuchar confesiones. So if you remember, I have a twin brother. Tengo un cuate, no somos gemelos, y él le encanta escuchar confesiones. Él no es sacerdote. So my brother is not a priest, but he loves to hear confessions. The problem is that as a priest, I give absolution. My brother can't do that. But he'll still hear your confession. Mi hermano no es sacerdote, no puede dar la absolución, pero él, de todas maneras, le encanta escuchar tu confesión. So if you see him, maybe when all of this stuff passes over, when you see him here in El Dorado or Warren, si va a ver mi hermano aquí en El Dorado or Warren, don't be afraid. No tenga miedo de él. So we're going to finish up here. And so I want to leave you with, excuse me for a moment, I'm going to take another drink. Jack. I wanted to leave you with a closing thought. Quiero compartir un pensamiento con ustedes. So I mentioned earlier that I'm kind of older than I look. Soy más anciano, más grande que parezco, que parece, les parezco. And it's interesting that YouTube, I can't see who's viewing. No puedo ver quién está mirando, except unless you put something in the chat, then I can see your name. Si van a poner algo en la charla aquí, live chat, yo puedo ver los nombres. But I don't know otherwise who's watching. But it's interesting that YouTube gives some data. YouTube me da información. And it's interesting that 75% of the people that are watching are women. 75% de las personas que están mirando los videos son mujeres. So I want to give you some beauty tips, or at least one beauty tip. Quiero dar un consejo de belleza. I know it's dangerous. Believe me, I don't have a wife, but I know it's dangerous. No tengo una esposa, pero yo sé, es peligroso. Do you ladies, and I know you do, ustedes mujeres, yo sé que quieren. Do you want to be beautiful? Ustedes mujeres quieren ser hermosas. You want to know the secret? Quieren saber el secreto. It's sanctity. Es la santidad. Tan fácil, so simple, right? But a good example of this is in several of the saints, many of the saints throughout history. Podemos ver eso en las vidas de los santos, las santas mujeres. And I'm going to give you an example is Saint Bernadette, Santa Bernadette, that her body is incorrupt. Ella tiene un cuerpo sin corrupción. So if you go and visit her body, which you can see in France, she's not decaying. Pueden ver su cuerpo ahí en Francia. Está en una caja con vidrio y no está muriéndose más. No está, no pesta, no está ahí. Como está durmiendo. So she looks like she's just there sleeping. So as we talked earlier, we have the 4 properties of a risen, glorified body. Hablamos de los 4 propiedades de un cuerpo glorioso en la resurrección. But it all can start here today. Todo puede comenzar hoy en día. We can start, and it truly does, reflect in our bodies. La vida divina refleja en nuestros cuerpos. The divine life of God can fill and inundate our whole bodies, not just our souls. May God bless you all. Que Dios los bendiga. Have a great week. Que tengan una semana bonita. And we'll see you later. Nos vemos.